Hello. In this next chapter of Unprayed Prayer, Philip Yancey is focusing mainly on the time before the crucifixion in the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus knew at the time that he was going to be betrayed by Judas and by Peter. And according to Matthew chapter 26 verse 53, Jesus said, "Do you think that I cannot appeal to my Father, and he will at once send me more than 12 legions of angels?" A legion is 6,000, so he could have had 72,000 angels descend upon them all to prevent his crucifixion. And Jesus is saying to Judas and Peter, do you think I couldn't do that? Because I could. But Jesus knew that he had to be crucified so that he could rise again, he could be resurrected, and that he could die for humanity to save us for our sins. But there's always this contentious issue, certainly for me, probably for all of you as well, was how much he had to suffer to achieve that. When he went into the Garden of Gethsemane, he was so overwhelmed with sadness and anxiety that he sweat blood. This is an actual medical condition. It's called hematidrosis. And it actually happens. It's very rare, but it does happen. And in the Gospels, it says that he did sweat blood. So that's how bad it was. That's how much he knew he was going to suffer the following day. But he said to God, in Luke chapter 22, verse 42, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." And he's basically saying, do what you need to do because I know what has to happen. So he didn't pray to be saved. He didn't pray for the angels to come down and release him from all that pain and suffering. He knew what had to happen. So that's what you would call an unprayed prayer. I was trying to think of a situation myself where I haven't prayed for something that has happened. And the only thing I could come up with was, 20 years ago, I lost my leg in a freak accident. And since then, I have been so blessed with so many things that I haven't at any point in my faith asked for my leg to be given back to me. There's two reasons for that. I don't want to press God for something that I consider pretty impossible, but also I don't want to say, let me have this back and give up all the things I've had in return. I mean, I had my babies, I met my husband, we moved to France, I became a writer. Before all that, I was just a career girl, and I had a very shallow existence of just business, and that was it. So when I lost my leg, when I had that accident, all these blessings came to me. Then even though, yes, I suffered, even though I had enormous pain, I almost died and all stuff like that. But I had so many miracles afterwards that I can only assume this is what my life path was meant to be. This was my destiny. This is what God wanted for me. And that's why I've never prayed to have, because people have mentioned it. That's why I'm bringing it up. People have said, well, why don't you pray to have your leg given back to you? It isn't even in my remit. It's not something I even, it would be nice, but I don't pray for it. I don't pray for it because I'm happy with how I am, which is kind of hard for people to believe. But there you have it. So what things haven't you prayed for in your life, and why? And it's just something to leave you with today. That big question: is there something in your life that you didn't pray for? when you knew you could have? Just something to think about. Thank you for listening. Bye.